By day, we're generals on opposite sides of a war that has no clean ending. By night, we're strangers on the internet who have never once talked about the battlefield. It started 8 months ago. I was exhausted, bleeding through the cracks of my own armor, and I made an anonymous account just to feel something that wasn't strategy and survival. I called myself Atlas. I never planned to fall for anyone. He called himself Orion. We argued about everything, books and philosophy, and whether pain makes people stronger or just quieter. His words had edges. He never softened them for me. I respected that more than I wanted to admit. Back at the war front, Commander Voss and I communicated through clipped orders and cold silence. He looked at me like I was an obstacle, standing between him and everything he believed in. I looked back the same way. It was the only language we allowed ourselves. But Orion wrote to me at 2 in the morning and said, "You argue like someone who has already lost something irreplaceable." I stared at that message for a long time. Then I typed back, "Maybe I just argue like someone who refuses to lose again." He replied instantly, "That's the most honest thing you've ever said to me." My chest did something I didn't have a name for. The war escalated. Commander Voss and I were forced into a temporary alliance, a ceasefire negotiation that required us to share the same room, the same table, the same unbearable air. He sat across from me, and I watched his jaw tighten every time I spoke. I told myself the heat crawling up my spine was anger. That same night, Orion sent me a voice message, just 3 words. "I miss you." I listened to it 4 times. The negotiation collapsed on a Thursday. Voss and I stood in the rain outside the building, both of us furious, both of us failing. He turned to me, and something in his expression cracked open, just for a second. Something exhausted, something real. I recognized it, because I had written it to Orion 100 times in the dark. My phone buzzed. A message from Orion. "Tell me something true." I looked at Voss, rain tracing the lines of his face, his eyes holding something neither of us had ever said out loud. I typed back slowly, "I think I've been talking to my enemy this whole time, and I think he's the only person who actually knows me." 3 seconds of silence. Then Voss reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out his phone.